Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three VTubers who were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
The Char's covering the Kennedy Corgi thing.
Oh.
It's here.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's true.
You don't get to see it, though. So too bad.
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy Ironroot, Halfling Druid, played by Will.
We found new features with Zoom, and we're messing with them. And since if you're listening to this, you're not seeing it at all, so it's kind of lost on you.
Yeah, imagine Will, but he's from
the metaverse, as Adam
avatar from Horizon Worlds. And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's just so majestic.
Beautiful.
We are
all
all
of
in
us
awe.
have access to this.
Yeah, I don't have access to it, which makes me sad.
Well,
Or maybe it's for the
maybe
best.
This might be for the best.
Oh, fuck. I
Char
didn't-
starts putting on sunglasses.
No. I didn't actually mean to re-click it.
Well,
I like it, though. They're over my normal glasses.
Did battle music. I meant to do explore. Hello. So, last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers did a little bit of a deep dive into the Museum of Shalast, exploring the history of Karzug in search of any additional bits of information that might give them an edge in their presumed upcoming encounter with him. With that knowledge in hand, you continued into the secret tunnel that would hopefully lead you up to the peak or the pinnacle of Avarice, the building atop the ancient Mahar Masif, the tallest mountain in the world. You got a couple hours into your hike when the tunnel exited out onto a kind of cliffside. You walked a little ways and you could see, those of you who could see in the dark, could see up ahead the where the tunnel continues. But to get to that cavern entrance, you will need to bypass what you believe to be some kind of strange creature sitting on a cliff top or a cliff's edge, overlooking the pass. So let's go ahead and get you guys back to the encounter map here. Activate that. Put the party over here. Switch to this so you can see. Alright. And we hook the camera back up so I can move stuff around. Alright, cool. So where we left you guys off, so you could see the tunnel entrance up here, if you can see. It is dark out, and I believe you've turned off your light. So Greshy is currently a bit blind, can only just barely see due to the very dense cloud cover overhead and it being nighttime. There's a bunch of like kind of icicle stalagmites that are sitting up on this cliff edge, roughly 100 feet above the kind of walkway. There's this kind of cliff edge down here that drops down towards the lower city, and I forget how much cliff I said is above, but that's not even the right marker. But there's roughly 100-ish feet above the this presumed creature, which Asher believes to be either some kind of plant or aberration, but it's definitely got some kind of small tendrils or like vines or tentacles or something that are kind of just slightly wiggling out of it. And I think that's it. So, assuming that you guys aren't changing your plan for next week, you can correct me now if that's not the case, but I'm going to have you start rolling initiative.
What was our plan
Well,
last
what were we about to try and do?
Greshy was
Cross
just
Higley?
about to cast a elemental gift to give everyone fly and a faster land speed.
Mm.
So you'd have your pick of either being just above land at 30 feet, or you could actually be on land with an extra 30-foot status bonus to your speed. Whichever works better for you. But was just about to cast that. Unless somebody stops him, that's still his plan.
Well, hold on a sec. I think you're the only one who needs a way to get around here. Asher can change forms, and I can use the wings. If we give this thing a wide enough berth and try to sneak.
I'm happy to try sneaking. But
Does that
we were worried about that, though.
Last week,
Is there anything that-
you had some kind of worry, Gunn, that it would drop these icicles onto you if you walked underneath.
Yes, that's kind of what it looks like we're setting up for. Or being set up for here.
But yeah, that's just the reminder.
I
of
really
what you
can't
said
see it,
last
so
time.
I'm relying entirely on what you tell me
Mhm.
is what we're up against. So I don't have a way to see.
Do you want to make the transit in the bag? For, the minute that it takes us to sneak across?
I am a small creature. We did put small creatures into the bag of containment before. So,
I've been in the bag.
did we already cast? I feel like we would have cast it earlier today. What time is it?
At 7
If you
p.m.
have your staff with air bubble, that's what
We do, and we could
I have
recast
the
it.
air bubble.
But Asher's been preparing Storm's Fury
Yes.
Mm.
on the
I have
regular.
the air bubble.
So could do, but I believe that's a verbal.
Oh, is elemental gift not a verbal?
No, elemental gift would be verbal somatic. So I thought we were going to gun it and try and run across. But if we're going to sneak, that's fine. I just need guidance
I
or
think sneak is our better bet to try to avoid getting rocks lobbed on us. Not that I would be against another chance to use that fancy belt you gave me.
if you want to protect us from getting crushed by one of those things, I wouldn't mind it either. But
Might as well
Well,
not even, make it a thing. We could back up a ways, cast air bubble on the bag of containment.
Okay.
And then try to sneak across.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Back up.
I will put this out there, and still don't have to cast it or anything. The sneaking speed is half speed. We have to stay. We have to go half our speed to, or less per movement to make sure we don't not sneak.
Yes.
So
But
I can give us a bonus to that speed.
I would also
Which we
note
lose.
that if Greshy was to go into the bag, he would need to take off any extra dimensional items that he's holding or carrying. So he'd
I
need to
am.
break his investment on his gloves of storing for the day.
Oh,
And
And any other. I don't remember all the items you have.
I
All right.
So somebody would
don't
be carrying
remember-
two
bag
bags.
well,
The knapsack of halfling kind is technically invested as well.
In that case, if you still want to use elemental gift, we should still back up a little ways.
Well, and it's an option if we want to try sneaking a little faster. It might get us there quicker.
Yep.
But
Agreed.
I don't know how far away they can hear me. I just know it makes some noise. Even if I whisper it, there's still this. You'll hear
Yeah,
it. It's just how
It doesn't
casting works.
work if you whisper. It works
Mhm.
if you have to be speaking in an ordinary volume level, speaking volume, at least.
There's the resonance. But anyway, we'll back up then. If you'll, I'll go ahead and do elemental gift. Well, I guess, how far away are we? Do you think I can get away with casting it now?
If we go back into where there's a cave,
How far out of the cave are we?
You are. Let me measure. You're
we back
probably
up,
another
that is.
100 feet. There's like 100 feet back here, behind you.
And
think the-
this
to
lasts
get
a
to the
minute.
cave.
cave's
entrance.
walls will largely let us limit the sound much more than
Correct.
this canyon.
This is true. I'm putting our options out here. Casting it while we're in the cave is a good way of muffling the sound, so that way we don't get caught. We do then have to make up that ground.
Yep.
And there's still a time limit.
Yep.
But I think it sounds good to me. Asher, do you have an opinion on it?
That sounds great to me, honestly. I'm just looking at my inventory and I don't see anything that would be super useful. It's just what I was up to.
And I guess for what it's worth, any of the spaces over here that have like rocks in them are greater difficult terrain. The snow itself is just regular difficult terrain. If you were walking as opposed to flying.
Oh, right. I still can't see, by the way.
Hold hands.
Not a bad idea, anyway.
I will be happy to follow right along behind somebody, but that's the best I can do. I'm checking to see if there's any good way. It may actually be, I'm going to pull out my rope, and I'm going to hand it to whoever wants to lead. And as we're sneaking along, I'm just going to follow the direction the rope is being held to make sure that I have a direction to go in.
That'll work.
All right.
But having done that, we back up into the cave, that 100 feet or so, sneaking, I guess, on the way there as best we can.
All right. And then you're going to cast it from there.
We're going to cast it from there. We're going to stealth back the same plan?
Or
Stealth
straight
spell all
up.
the way back?
What spell are you casting, sorry?
The spell I'm casting, it's elemental gift. It's going to, let's put it in the chat here. We're going to give us the gift of air, which gives us a 30-foot status bonus to land speed, and we gain a fly speed equal to our land speed without that status bonus. So we either get 25, 30, 35, depending on our speed of flight, or we get something like 60-foot, 70-foot movement on land, which means our sneaking speed will be about what our normal speed is.
Okay. All right. So in that case, everybody go ahead and roll stealth for initiative.
Oh boy. Where's my token? Make sure I got myself selected.
Dice.
35 isn't bad.
Oh, I've privately rolled it. What is it?
Can you reveal it if you right click it?
I can reveal
Maybe.
it. Reveal to everyone. It was a 41.
41. Huzzah.
And this is elemental gift air, I presume.
That's correct.
Oh, sorry.
Let me,
already took it. Okay.
Officially cast it. There we are.
All right. Okie doke. Let me grab this out. Okay. Begin encounter. All right. For ease, I will let you guys choose, so you can sneak up to the entrance of the map unperturbed. Which side do you want to go on, as a group, or are you splitting up?
I mean, I always vote as close to the
Close to
Didn't
the
he
cliff
determine
side.
though that
Side.
it's slanted in a way that it kind of tumbles down towards us? It's not like we're underneath overhang or something. So,
I think
Right.
it was unclear.
It's
Okay.
I couldn't
it's somewhat
see it.
tilted away from you. Yes.
well, regardless, I will trust your instinct then, since I cannot see.
I just figured if it throws things, I don't want to fall.
Fair.
But
yes, there is
I see that they're
an
kind of
open
clustered
chasm on the other side, or
No,
not
yeah,
open chasm, but open cliff.
I will take the person who scouts and knows their wilderness better
God.
than I. So
we're all gonna get.
So you're gonna
hit
follow
by-
Asher?
I'm gonna follow whoever's taking the rope and leading me. I literally cannot see past a certain
Asher's
point. I
gonna be
can
a-
barely know where you are.
Bird or something. But maybe if we're all flying with, he doesn't need to do that.
All right, so I'll give you guys up to this point here on the map. All right, Asher, you're up.
Oh, it's me.
Mhm.
Well, I get this cool thing now. That's a super free action, just to hunt prey since I can see its tendrils.
Okay.
Might as well do that in case it decides to crawl down or whatever. And then I will begin my sneak.
All right.
Maybe.
So
That's half
to
speed?
sneak.
Oh god, what's it done?
Sneaky sneak. You guys aren't.
It's a
rogues,
secret
so
roll.
we've done very little.
Ride up
sneaking.
to half your speed.
Mhm.
If you're undetected by a creature and it's impossible for that creature
Oh,
to observe you, for any creature. Blah 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 blah.
So yeah, basically you
Straight up.
you get a secret stealth check and move half speed.
Oh.
So if we want to be flying, that means we'll be moving at 15 feet per action, or 45 per round if you're doing all 3 actions. If we're on the ground, that's probably 30. That's minus 30 sneaking speed.
I apologize. There's some weird going
I'm
on. I
planning to
kind of
fly.
missed some of that. Oh, you're gonna fly. Oh, that would probably be easier.
And the thing is, we can kind of float above the ground. We don't have to be like way up or anything. We can be like 5 feet up, or just hover
Sure.
in space. Well, as long as we take the flying.
Yeah, Asher, if you missed any of that, it was just that for a sneak action, you move at half speed, and give me a secret stealth check.
Cool. Alright. My little speed thing's kind of borked. Alright, so I move at 30. But I also have a rope. And I think Greshy is slower than me. So how does that work if I'm like...
Are you flying or on your ground? On the
I'm
ground.
gonna hover, so...
Okay, so you're going to be using your flying speed. What's your current fly speed?
Oh, my current fly speed. Fuck.
So if you're using the fly speed I just gave you, then you've got, excuse me, 30 feet.
Okay. This for some reason says 60 still. But I'll accept that it's... 'cause it
If you get a
shouldn't have
status
anything in
bonus from
that.
someplace else, that may stack. If it applies to all of your speeds.
Yeah, can you see where this is coming?
It
Yeah,
also may,
long
I think
straight.
also, it's just bugged. As I'm looking at it, I think it's just bugged.
Yeah, I think that... I don't think it's supposed to be 60.
It's not.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
wrong.
I
Yeah,
would
think
assume
it's
30, maybe. I would assume 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume 30. That seems appropriate. Alright. So... We're all... This is just disgusting. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's 100 feet of rope, so you can get 100 feet far from him. And if you're stealthing,
And
you're moving
then-
at 15.
Is it a stealth
each.
check every...
Well,
No, just
the other
one.
thing you
Just
could
one
do-
stealth check for the turn.
the other thing you could do is delay your initiative to Greshy's, so that you can move together without stretching the rope out too far. That it kind of doesn't. It's one of those cases where
Yeah, I
the,
mean you're right next to each other. It doesn't. It's fine. As long as he can catch up to within 100 feet of you, it should be okay. We don't need
the
to.
D&D yo-yo.
This
Yeah.
seems... And then I do my stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Up, and it's secret. Secret.
It's secret.
Secret, even from myself.
Mm.
Okay. I have no idea what it is.
We are in a secret tunnel
I
through the mountains.
was hoping somebody would. Okay.
Tunnel.
Are you just moving twice or all 3 times?
I thought that was 3. It's
Was it
15,
3?
right? Every time?
15 each?
Aye.
Yeah, 15.
It'd be 45 total.
Oh, yeah.
My screen is kind of funky. It's showing me like so many points for some reason. So
Oh,
Hmm.
weird.
if
Okay.
I like missed something,
no, that looks
read
good.
it. Okay.
Yeah. That's, yep, you glide along the cliff edge, or the, not the cliff edge, but the wall's edge. With,
I'm trying to stay as
Greshy.
close to it as possible.
All right. I will try to stealthily fly along, just kind of following in a beeline. I'm just going to beeline right behind to where the rope should be pulling me. So
Okay.
if there's anything blocking that path, I will run right into it. So I'm just letting you know that now.
All right.
No way to tell.
So, you just kind
I'll
of
try and
glide
tug you along.
in the gently pulling direction that Asher is going. Gunn.
All right. So let me roll
They're
this.
going that way.
Okay, go ahead and roll your
Roll.
secret stealth.
There you are.
Cool.
Secret die.
And are you holding Phelan, or is he in
My
the
plan.
bag?
He's in my bag.
Okay.
I have a little satchel that I have on the front still.
I'm gonna
Alright.
pretend
That is the bag containment, but
that
he's
this map
just in there.
is vertical.
Yes. As far alongside the cliff wall, you can kind of assume it's mostly vertical.
I'm gonna move at stealthing, flying straight up.
So double half.
45.
Because half for
Yeah,
moving
3
up and
moves at
then.
half speed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, double
No,
half.
a quarter. Yeah,
Mm,
doubled half.
You're right.
So quartered.
Double half is gonna put
It'd
me
be
down
like
to,
10.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
you're
put me
trying to
down
move very, very
30 feet
carefully.
Total.
Yeah. Okay. So you just you're using your standard wings, I guess.
I might as well use the does the elemental gift have the penalty for flying vertically?
It's just a fly speed. It's the same
just
as
a
any other
normal
fly
fly.
speed. So yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess
Okay.
I'll still use elemental gift. It's probably a little less visible.
So you kind of float up a bit, trying to move as quietly as you can. All right. Just checking these. Okay. All right. Nothing seems to happen this turn. Asher, and then Greshy, and then Gunn.
So these icicle things on the ground, are they tall? Or I assume they're varying heights, but like how tall?
They're only a couple feet high. They're like waist high or lower if you were standing. So you can float over them fairly trivially.
Even so I don't have to climb anymore to get over them. It would be fine just to
No.
kind of float.
No, not really.
Or should I? Okay.
They're less than 5 feet tall.
Okay. One.
Okay, so Asher glides along the
Actually,
bottom of the cliff.
too scared. And give my stealth.
All right,
Stealth.
and then it'll be
Stealth.
Greshy's turn while I'm waiting for that roll. Roll acknowledged.
Alrighty. Greshy will follow the rope to right there. And hopefully everything is correct.
Just drag Greshy over the icicle.
I hope not. Couldn't tell you if you did. More secret stealth.
Oh, I see.
And that's Greshy's turn.
All right. I see. Okay. Gunn, your turn.
Yep, I've already made my move up the wall.
Okay, you just
And then
continue
there's
to
the
fly up a bit,
secret stealth.
rolling secretly in your stealth. All right. As you guys continue to fly, trying to quietly make your way around whatever this creature is, suddenly there's a crack, or like a cracking sound, like ice breaking. And a thick layer of ice starts to like break off and crumble down. Greshy and Asher, you can a couple bits of ice come just kind of harmlessly falling around you.
I don't like
as the creature becomes a little bit more visible. It sort of, you hear like kind of grinding of stone on stone as the creature just sort of rotates around. If you were able to look up and see it, it would have this kind of massive singular cyclopean gem-like eye, and a massive mouth of sharp teeth. The creature itself is a good, what is that, like 5, 10, like 15 feet tall. And it basically looks like a big, like 15-foot tall, massive, like stalagmite icicle thing. And so that's action 1, is to start breaking that stuff apart and getting out of the ice. Action 2, the little wavy like roots on its back start to extend and become like massive tendrils. Whoa, knocking stuff over. And action 3 is to strike out. One of these tendrils goes shooting down, like a chameleon's
Oh,
tongue.
it's got reach.
It has very far reach.
Wow. I saw it throw stuff.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that secretly, but that is a miss. Is it revealed? I didn't really reveal it. Oh, it did. Okay. That is a 35 to hit Greshy. Greshy, you feel some like a rush of wind as something slams into the ground around you, but you can't really see it or make out what it was. Asher.
Let's fly faster.
Yes. I think it is time to go fast. No more quiet. Whee!
Okay, you just start to fly towards the cavern entrance.
Yep. Or at least... I think this is... So, here's a question, actually.
Yeah.
Greshy, you can do 30. Is it 30 for you too, or do you have a lower fly speed? Okay.
It's the same
Making
for
sure.
everyone.
I'll just...
Can I...
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I see it from like the angle here if I looked up? I guess I'd have
Yes,
to
you
plan
can.
for
Oh,
that.
ignore that. Why did that roll?
Alright. This is what I'm doing for now. I assume I don't have to stealth anymore. It seems inappropriate.
Well, it might not have
Is that
seen
too
you.
far? Should I go one less?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, that's fine. You're.
Well, I'm dressed.
I was measuring. I am drawing a line as to where Greshy's going to go because I cannot see where I'm going. So I really hope I hit nothing along the way.
Oh, I'm just pulling you.
I didn't know if you had gone around a curve or something if I was going to hit something if I went there, but it turns out I seem to be fine. But anyway, I don't know if you had anything else for your turn or not.
No, that was it. I'm
That was
just
all.
dragging
Okay,
you
so yeah, you
along.
just take a burst of speed and rocket yourself alongside the cliff. Greshy, you're just following
I'm
full speed.
just gonna charge along as well, full speed. We're gonna head right on behind.
Okay. In that case,
that'd be
Gunn.
it.
You see this creature
All right,
strike out at the ground towards where Greshy was.
How much of an angle do we need to take before we benefit from that double speed descent, or is it just that we double the movement down portion?
Yeah, you double any movement downward.
Okay, so in that case, I can probably move something like with a fly speed of 30. If I go, what is this? Down 20. That'll cost me only 10, so then I can move 80 sideways. Yeah, there we go. Right about there.
Okay, so you just dip and start gliding down towards where Asher and Greshy just were, trying to catch up with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The strange, icy stalagmite wiggles its tendrils in the air, and let me make sure I've done that.
Whatever it is making a lot of noise.
You all hear a kind of bellowing voice that still somehow sounds like a whisper, just kind of amplified. At first, it comes out in Aklo, in strange, mysterious tongue that you can't understand, but slowly changes into common, basically. So you just start to kind of understand it as it's going. And it's like just a bellowing, how fortuitous. The creature rumbles as it begins to lash out with its tendrils again. Dinner has come to my plate. And it will do a first action flurry. Let's see. This is... Oh, I guess it can't really flurry, because... Yeah, okay. No, it's just doing one strike. There, which is a 50, which looks like it hits Gunn.
Yeah, that's probably going to hit Gunn.
But not a crit.
Correct. Even if I raise shield, that's still going to hit pretty solidly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, that hits, and you become enfeebled 1, and you are grabbed as the tendril wraps itself around you. And then, let's see. It doesn't do any damage, it's just very sticky. You feel like this kind of slime envelop you as it starts to wrap around you. And it will use its other 2 actions to pull you. And let's roll this. What is your Fortitude DC?
Fortitude DC would be 41 at the moment.
41. Okay, it rolled a 39. So it tries to pull you, but you flap your wings to kind of pull back against it and maintain a stalemate. It's not able to pull you. But you're also not able to move. You're immobilized. Asher.
Greshy can't see though. Issue here.
I can fix that if we're staying.
Yeah, it's grabbed Gunn.
Do we want to stay?
We have to help Gunn.
Wait, it's grabbed Gunn?
Yeah, it's grabbed Gunn.
Fuck.
Yeah. You said you have something to see.
I'll cast light. It's not perfect, but it gives me something.
Okay, cool. Asher. Oh, I didn't know what that line was.
Sorry, I've just drawn a tendril out to Gunn.
I guess I'm gonna have to drop the rope, then pick out my bow. So there's action. And then I think it's forever since I attacked something. Alright. I'm going to... Can I actually, like, strike at the tendril?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Tendril does have AC.
Let's see if I... Oh, it's... it's a secret!
Yep, you're still in secret, but
It's
that was, in
secret.
fact, a 44, which will hit.
44. Alright. And I do some... Oh my... What are these secrets? How is this all a secret?
Let's see. How to manage this?
Secret. What
Sure,
about
it's supposed to that.
Ignore this.
Oh, sorry, you've
Outta
also
here.
rolled the damage.
My
The secret. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, that's
It's a
36
super
points
secret.
of damage. It's 28 piercing, 2 force, 4 fire, 2 ice. Let's see. The force doesn't really do anything here. It just kind of wobbles the tendril itself. The piercing damage is also resisted. Like, this thing is like really thick and needs to be cut, not pierced. So that is half of 18 is what we'll call that. Whoop. Okay.
So the
Oh, sorry, I was
force
having
damage
28.
just vibrates the long, thin tendril.
Yeah, basically.
Does it make a
A guitar
Play
strum. It's a boom. Gunn, you feel your whole body vibrate. Why can't I? Right. Okay, so it's like 14-ish damage. The rest of it doesn't really affect it. So the arrow pierces through the tendril, but it's just basically just got like, it's a thick tendril with like a hole in it now. It will be easier to break it there, but it hasn't fully broken.
I see.
You get a sense that slashing damage would be more effective, but you've also done roughly half the damage needed with just the piercing. The fact that it's not reacting to the fire implies to you that it's probably not a plant.
Oh, well, I don't think it's a plant, Greshy.
Oh shit! Actually,
well,
Curious.
that's pretty sure.
hold on. Actually, I changed.
Oh, no.
I retract that
Perhaps it is a
slightly. I didn't notice the weakness.
It was a plant?
The arrow pierces the tendril and
Greshy.
bursts the tendril into flames. That is actually enough to set Gunn free. I retract my
Okay.
statements.
Well, trees don't like fire, so...
Oops, I'm now turning it
In it
into a
to win
tree.
it.
Okay. Alright, sorry. Gunn is set free, is no longer immobilized.
Cool. Okay, I'm just gonna...
yak?
I was just thinking about something. Alright, I'm gonna shoot at its... I can see its body from here,
Yep,
right? Is that
Yeah.
true?
you can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna do 2 shots that's hunted right at it, see what happens. This not secret, no secrets. Okay.
I still
What?
rolled
There's
a
some
six.
setting someplace that you've got.
Check in your chat
Strange.
box. In your chat box, right above the little chat spot, does it say like blind or private? Change that to public role.
Where's my chat spot?
Oh, I see it.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
it. Aha.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
But in any
I fixed
case,
it.
I will reveal
should be
that
bonus.
was 32 to hit. Oh, you're doing 100 shot,
39.
right? 32 and a 39.
Yeah.
The 32 is a miss. The 39 is a hit. Roll damage. on one of those.
Okay. Oh, and I also, sorry, I meant
Yep.
to say I was taking the wrath quivered arrows and their fire now.
Okay,
So
sure.
the
That's fine.
damage itself will be a base of fire.
Okay.
And just a normal damage. There it goes.
All right. That is 31
This is
plus
nice.
6, so 37 points of fire damage. And let's see, does that have any? Okay. So let me take all of that, plus some weakness. It takes an additional 10 points of damage from the fire weakness, as the two shots go flying at it. One kind of ricochets off the ice, the other impacts directly a little bit below the kind of massive gem eye, and the creature starts to writhe in pain. You know that hurt.
Right, and that is everything.
All right,
I
Greshy,
think?
you're up.
Yes.
You're up and you're blind. And let me add these.
Great.
hit points.
I need to shed some light on the situation, so we're going to cast light to start with. We will cast it. Greshy's just going to cast it on his staff. He just kind of taps the head of it on his hand, and suddenly
Woof.
the area brightens up and light abounds, and you can barely make out some sort of thing up top and Gunn far off there. Greshy will drop the rope at this point, and
Alright.
will then actually fly off towards Gunn. If
Okay,
we're
yeah,
sticking
you
it out, then
You
it
can
seems
see
like
that
we're
over
sticking
there.
it out. So, just flying, not even sneaking. So 30 feet just along the land in Gunn's direction.
All right. Gunn, it's your turn. Let me check that enfeebled condition to see how long that lasts.
Forever. I sure hope not. Or some
yes, it
cure
still
roll.
lasts. You are enfeebled. One.
I was just
Good to
going to
know.
say we can go.
Can we? Well,
So-
go. If we want to go, go. I just want to make
I'm
sure we're not
going to
leaving anyone
make-
behind.
I'm going to make 2 actions to fly over, but staying up off the ground pretty high. And then I want to consider whether this creature is possibly extra planar in nature. So I want to
Recall
what's
knowledge.
it called? Recall knowledge about this type of creature if I can.
Okay.
Specifically trying to figure out if it's summoned or something like that.
I see. Yeah, let's see. Let me roll that in secret for you then. While I look at your modifiers. Your skill modifiers are as such. Okay.
I could probably roll a secret.
We have
Whatever
different
check
levels
for
of
it.
secret check. There's secret, then there's super secret.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even
Yeah.
a record exists of it.
Yeah, this is a category of you don't know which of the skills it is. And compare that to its value. Okay. Yeah, you try to think about it and look at the creature to study it briefly. Try and identify what on earth this could be, but
Very
you're
slimy.
you're drawing a blank right now.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll wave Greshy off and say, no, fighting retreat at best.
All right. Gonna
Unless
get
we
moving
get
then.
grabbed and pulled in.
All right. Okay. The creature is going to drop with its first action.
I don't like that. I don't
And-
like that at all.
It kind of tilts
Can it
forward
not?
and tumbles off the ledge, turning over once in midair and then slamming hard into the ground. It will take some damage for that.
Gods.
If only it had catfall.
If only I could whack it. Fell by.
Right? Just like, how dare you?
It slams hard into the ground around you. Leaving so soon? But I haven't had a nice discussion in ages. And it will... with Greshy so close, it will try a bite attack. Ooh.
Before it does, I am going to sparkle its singular eye with my staff as the light on it starts to radiate sudden glowing and sparkling flashes of different colored lights, and I need it to make a fortitude save.
All right, a fortitude save it is, and this is a spell. Yes, Overload Vision.
This is a spell.
Got a 48. What's your DC?
That is a success, but not a critical success. DC on my spells is 43.
Okay, so success, but not a critical success. So it is dazzled, and that happens before it makes the attack roll. So you are concealed from it. It needs to make a flat check. It succeeded with a 14. Right. So the bite still goes through, but it is dazzled until the end of its turn. So it chomps down at you for 41 points of piercing damage as the massive teeth surround you and get a good chomp. And it will use its second action to this time actually do its little flurry. Since you're all... Oh, sorry, this is third action.
Jumping down counted as one action?
Yes, jumping down was 1, chomping was 2. This third action is striking at all of you.
Okay.
With its flurry of strands. It makes a ranged strike with each of its strands. And they all... it's only done 1 strike. But it is dazzled. So let me... does that automatically roll the dazzled on here when I make each strand?
If you actually put dazzled on it, it should.
I did.
Yep.
That's the first one. Concealed.
Which it was a miss.
Oh, I see. I was looking just at the...
It rolls the roll, and then it rolls the big green thing.
Correct. Yeah, okay. So 34, so concealed check passed on 17, but 34 was a miss against Greshy. Against Gunn, this was 41, which is a miss, and a 8 on the flat check. And against Asher...
And it obviously has the reach with those freaky long tentacles.
Yeah, these tentacles are mad long. It fell, the tentacles kind of stayed up in the air behind it, and it kind of dragged them down, and after it did the bite, the tentacles come like flying down towards you. It's really jarring and eerie, but it looks like all 3 of those missed. That was a 13 to hit. It passed the concealment check on all of them, but still missed all of the attacks. So, Asher, you're up.
I'm just reading something.
We probably should have done that in the reverse order.
Well, oh wait, I'm still flying. That's good for me. Come here, Asher. Weasel. Whoop. I'll move. I'll do my shooties with my Wrath Fire bow. If I can find it. There it is.
Come back. You hear it say as you fly backwards.
Tell me what to do.
Take your shot.
For that, and it's a double strike, so
that's
so
1 hit
46.
and 1 crit. 46 and 48. Ooh. The 48's a natural 20.
So I'm gonna do
shiny
first, and then I will do second.
Oh boy!
And it is all fire arrows all the
all
time.
Fire all the time.
All
I was
fire
going
all
to do
the
a
time.
thing, but I don't think I need to anymore.
Hunted shot combines the shots as far as weakness and resistance, I think.
Correct. So I think it only
Uh,
triggers the once.
Yeah, okay. So damage here, damage here. Oh, it applied persistent fire damage.
That's nice.
That's cool.
That's good.
That's just
I
neat.
guess that's a new feature.
I think it is. That sounds right.
And it needs to take an extra
It should
10
be
points of fire
2d10
damage.
though.
Oh,
not
2d10.
1d10.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'll roll the d10s a second time when it has to do that. Okay, but it took 89, then 46, and then an additional 10 from the fire weakness. And it's on fire now.
Cool.
Are you
Ooh.
pushing it or no? With the impactful?
Yeah, I'm pushing it. Or I'm trying
Okay.
to. It'll
I
probably be
Imagine
pretty
it's got
at
pretty
this.
good fort save. Mhm.
Yeah, it's
It-
fine.
Yep, 38 succeeds
Barely,
the
though.
fort save. Just barely.
Yeah.
The frost save,
Aye.
critical success.
And it's flat-footed until the end of my next turn.
Is it
Okay.
pinned?
It can be.
It is next to a cliff.
Get pinned.
I mean, might as well, I suppose. I don't think it's going to move anyway.
A
But
little-
Sure.
Squid.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of it's immobilized.
yeah.
But it's also
All right.
flat-footed. You said. Okay.
It's doing well.
All right.
And then I move again, and that's my turn.
Okay. Greshy, you were asking in chat whether or not it would have attack of opportunity. You could always try to recall knowledge to figure that out. I would also allow sense motive, like a perception check, against it to see if
Sure.
it has the combat wherewithal to.
I think it's
to
a quick
do
enough
reactions.
reaction. If it didn't take the time to do that actual check versus just doing it and taking the risk, I think I'm just going to take the risk. So Greshy's going to back up a wee bit, going 30 feet back.
Okay.
And as long as
will-
nothing happens...
Nope. It will
Nope,
Try to
something
grab
happens.
you.
Okay.
vine goes flying at you.
Ah!
Oh, it's a miss by one.
Actually, I don't think it should be dazzled. Well, thank
Uh,
goodness for that. It shouldn't be dazzled anymore, though.
Okay, all right. But yes, it did miss you by one.
Ah!
With a 39.
Oh, barely making it out of range. Greshy kind of floats a little bit just above the snow. He whips around, snapping his fingers as out of the lacy pink gloves, instead of the electric wand, this time a glowing red staff or stick comes out. The edge of it looking sort of like when you put a found piece of wood into a fire when you're camping and just kind of lighting marshmallows and how it gets all smoldering. And Greshy's going to send a small bead of fire directly at this creature and cause a fireball to go off.
All right.
That will be level 9.
Oh, spicy.
Let's see if I can send this to the chat properly. Nope, it doesn't
Oh.
work. Okay.
Place an undefined.
We'll do it the
undefined.
other way then. Some of these things were better than
Oh,
others.
it's because you did it while you were selecting Phelan. Try selecting yourself.
Oh, is that what the issue is?
That might be the
Yeah,
problem.
Phelan can't cast Fireball.
You think so? I'm not sure. I think he can cast. It's fine.
Also, go ahead and take an extra hero point for reminding me that this thing got a reaction, because you didn't do it intentionally, but I forgot.
still. Would not want you to miss your opportunity. There we go. All right,
Beautiful.
so let me place the burst. It's going to be pretty far away. Well, it doesn't matter actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You
You're
can
pretty up in the air, so I'm
obviously-
just going to.
Place it away.
I'm just going to center it right onto his eyeball. Really, just aim it directly for his forehead.
All right.
DC 43. Ah, he
43.
does
It
make
rolled a
it.
45. So we'll take half damage.
It will take half damage, and unfortunately, I think since it
points.
succeeded, it doesn't get the extra bonus. Nope,
It does
doesn't get
take.
the extra bonus, but that's fine.
Okay. It does take the weakness though. So 29 points from your 59, and then another 10 points of fire.
All right. So that is
So you
Greshy's
set the
turn.
creature aflame. All right, Gunn.
How tall is this creature?
The creature itself
Could I
is about
still reach
15
it
feet
if I
tall.
fly? Okay. Gunn is going to fly, use one move, basically straight down, and dive bomb it here. So that's going to move me down to about 15 feet in the air. That's move one. Move two is we're gonna. I'm not sure if this is gonna help, but I'm gonna use the special action of Remedy for Rend Conjuration.
All right.
And that'll be so that's first starts with a strike, which will go ahead and do this. Bad roll. But
You have a hero point.
37 will hit because it is in fact flat-footed from Asher's strike.
Okay. Then so first we roll damage, I think,
Yep.
because it's a strike plus the okay.
Yeah. You do the
Cool.
strike
We got
stuff
that.
first.
We got,
That's
Total of 27 damage, with one of that being good damage.
it does in fact take the full damage, the 26 slashing plus the 1 radiant good. And then it is potentially affected by banishment.
So if it is a
Let's see.
so it made us
It just resists.
Okay. So
banishment
you
works
it rolled a 49 here, but so you slash through the creature. The searing light causes it to shudder in pain, and it starts to. It kind of like phases very briefly. It goes like slightly translucent, kind of like the phantom river that you saw when you were traversing up the mountain, or the blood spider shadows that you saw. It like faded slightly to like a kind of dark purple, but then like reformed very, very quickly. You don't think that
So we
this
can
thing is
potentially try that again.
necessarily conjured, but it does seem to be extra planar and is probably affected by this in some way.
okay.
All right. That was all 3 actions.
Oh, one more thing. No, free
Oh,
action.
bad.
I have a free action to throw on that
Oops.
for extra damage.
Okay.
So that will be, if I find it, here under actions. Can't see it behind my other window. Where did it go? There it is, Erastil's arrow. For moving
okay.
60 feet straight down, we're going to add 27 points of, I think that's bludgeoning damage onto that.
Okay. Yeah. So the accumulated wind behind you makes the impact more pummeling. All right. It is the stalagmite's turn. It will. There you go. It will use its first action to stretch out its tendrils, attacking both Gunn and Greshy. Whoop, that's not its character sheet. There we go. Strand to Gunn. Strand to Greshy. Why can't I hit? A 41 against Gunn is a miss. A 37 against Greshy is a miss. So it does those 2 attempted strikes. It will then.
It looks like my enfeeblement has worn off. I'm not sure if it was supposed to.
It's not supposed to. I'll give it back to you, or you can give it to
It's
yourself.
persistent condition. All right.
Yeah, it's a persistent condition. Where is it, feebled? Enfeebled. Oh, you've got it. Okay.
Does that mean I should be making checks at end of turn?
Nope. You're just enfeebled.
Okay.
The stuff is really sticky, and you feel like slightly drained from. You feel weaker with this stuff on you.
Got it.
Let's see. Okay, so sorry. It did its first action was shoot out those strands. Second action is probably to move, so it's going to kind of lift itself up and kind of hop
It's pinned
forward.
in place,
Oh, you're right. Oh, it is pinned in
It's
place.
pinned.
so it'd have to spend an action to pull itself out.
Okay, it won't bother then. It'll just try the flurry of strands again.
No, I thought you were going to come by and say hello.
Nope. But I think this is very unlikely to work, so let's see. Because the multiple attack penalty is increased, but let's pray for some 20s. That is a 32 to hit Greshy, which is a bad miss. And I can't imagine this hitting Gunn. That's a 28 to hit Gunn. And now for its third action, it will like kind of wobble sideways to break its attachment to the wall, ending the immobilize. And at the end of its turn, it should roll 2d10. It takes 7 points of fire damage, plus another 10. And then it needs to roll a 1d20. It rolled a 4, which is not
I
enough
bet
to
a
get
lot of
rid
that's going to be
fire.
automated when you end its turn.
I did end its turn, and it didn't do it, so...
And it didn't automate it? It's
I think
supposed to.
because I went to its turn and undid it, that it already counted it or something. I don't know. Who knows? Any case, Asher, it's your turn.
Ooh,
Ooh, thank you. 5 omens to me.
sound I'll make.
I will use it to murder.
I like shooting.
Give them to me before my turn.
Shoot.
It's too late now.
I'm gonna
This creature is looking pretty bad. 41 will hit, and a 34 will miss.
34. With my wrath arrow, I shoot with a... I swear I rolled like 2 31s. A 31 is here.
31
Something.
points of damage, plus that extra 10 from the weakness, is enough to crack the creature's eye. And the whole thing kind of like shudders violently as it's like lifting its tendrils up to go for more strikes. They start to like undulate wildly and kind of retract inward, and the whole creature just kind of topples over onto its side. No! Why? And that's the encounter.
Yeah,
Nice.
Strange.
Would you make sure it's dead?
sure. I'll land down and like probably take a look. Did you say its eye is like a gem? Like cracked?
Yes, it is. It is like a large red gem. Now that you can see the color in the light.
I'm assuming this thing doesn't have any other valuables on it, but like,
It doesn't seem like
How
it would.
broken
It's
is the gem?
basically the gem itself. It's got an arrow embedded into it, dead center. It's kind of cracked, but it's a pretty large gem. It's like as big as your head.
I'm
Put
torn
around it?
between trying to cut it out or trying to smash it into 2 pieces, like right by hitting it right where that crack is. Calling it good.
Greshy looks up the mountain at the face that he can't really see in the darkness. Let's crack it rather than trying to get it out of there.
Sure. Asher, do you know what this thing was? It's very
One of
slimy.
two things. Can I think about it again after attacking it?
Could I aid Asher in that?
Or-
Now
So
that I can actually see
Asher-
the thing?
Asher already failed a check for this, so you can think about it more, like research it more tomorrow, or with
Okay.
assistance from a book perhaps, but not just thinking about it now.
It was
Greshy, you
either
could
one of
attempt to think
two
about it
things.
yourself.
I will do that then. What was I rolling on that? Was it nature? Would nature be appropriate? Or is it cultism?
Oh, it's a secret to everybody. Let me look at your skills.
Oh, it's a secret to everybody. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I also think Asher was going to say something.
Occultism's
So
20.
I'll roll your number.
Oh, nothing important.
I would be adding +3 from my robes of inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, this... You've never seen one, Greshy, but your former life as a dwarf can recall stories of a creature very similar to this called a roper. A strange aberration that usually makes its home inside caves. They normally kind of fake themselves as stalagmites hanging from ceilings to capture and eat adventurers or usually like mining companies. They normally take up like a residence in like one particular cave that they know is well trafficked and try to consume everyone there who happens to pass by. They're very bizarre, solitary creatures, but they are in fact from the plane of dreams and nightmares. It is possible for one to
that's kind
cross
of where
over.
we are. Ish.
This is the kind of place they would cross over in. That makes sense.
But this one's definitely different from
that's what
that.
this was.
It's much larger. Like a normal roper is normally large size. This one is like 2 or 3 times the size of a normal roper.
Gargantuan, I think. Or enormous, I'm not sure. It was big. Big old thing.
Enormous pain.
Try and get some of the slime off.
Ropers are really creatures that are only here to feed, as far as we know. They don't have any other purpose. They're not gathering information. They're not acting out of greed in any way.
They do actually gather information. You might know that little tidbit. They're known for playing with their prey. They like to keep one person alive in any group that they capture, usually the most intelligent one, and they discuss philosophy with them for however long until the roper gets bored and decides to eat them.
I was screwed.
That was not the kind of information I was looking for. So we're going to just... means there's nobody, no survivors to worry about. There's nothing hidden away up there that we're going to go search for. Just make sure this thing is dead. Dead.
Are you sure about that?
Dead.
Nobody up.
I mean, we can take a look. I imagine best case scenario, they'd be frozen probably, but actually, could one of you fly up there? I could do it, but my fly spell's going to run out before I get a chance to. In fact, it's probably run out by now.
Sure. I'll go ahead and... Well, actually, I really want to try and wipe this slime off first, so... Let's see if I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, you start trying to kind of rub this stuff off, get it off of your skin, off of your clothes. But even though we'll call this like a 5-minute or 10-minute rest. If anybody needs to do anything in that 10 minutes. I
was just taking a look, double checking.
Okay. Gunn, you spend
I'll do
10
some
minutes
healing
with-
if anyone needs any healing. I think it's just myself.
Yeah, it looks like only Greshy took damage.
Good,
But
other
I'll
than
just do a
this
basic heal, master level.
Okay.
Then I'll do.
gunk.
Yeah, so you try to clean this gunk off, and you're pretty sure you've got it all after the 10 minutes are done. Maybe Asher assists with spotting the spots that you can't see. As you hear a yelp from Greshy.
Ow!
Greshy, are you okay?
Pouring
That's
alcohol
not where that
on
was
a
supposed to
wound.
go.
Oh, jeez.
What is that? 2d8 I take, or 1d8 or something?
Yeah, on a. Yeah. What is
Well,
the?
actually, wait. What's master level's 30, correct? So this is just a failure.
Yes, is that true? Master level.
Just double checking here. Master is DC 30.
Around this level, yeah, you shouldn't
Yep.
be just accidentally.
Yeah, DC 30, and you
Yeah,
got
I do not do.
34, which would have been the success. It turns to failure. Yep. So you don't. There's just like a
It
little.
stings like the Dickens.
So yes, the natural one does not make that a
Okay.
critical failure in this case.
It's fine. I'll work on this later. I'm gonna just gather the rest of the rope up in the meantime. Sorry.
Gunn, after you've got all this stuff off of you, you still just feel like your arms are where you got the most of your skin is where you were most exposed to the goop. And it feels just like your muscles are really sore on the inside. So it seems like it's just not going away. You think that maybe some sleep or rest would probably deal with it well enough.
All right. Well,
But you can have it looked at further.
guess that's all there is. Guess there's nothing else to do for that. Still, I feel better. I had all that slime off, so I'll go ahead and fly up the cliff and explore the ledge where
Okay,
this creature was sitting.
Unfurl your wings and fly up to the ledge where all these stalactites or stalagmites are chilling out. And you kind of sift around in the snow. There are some bones kind of scattered around in the snow, but no, aside from that, no signs of bodies or remains, just the bones. Some
Do they
large,
look
some
like
small.
human bones?
Medicine check?
Probably can't tell. Sure. Medicine. There we are. Not bad. 35.
No, these bones don't appear to be human. Most of them are too large. They're probably some kind of animal or other creature. They seem to be varied, like they're from different creatures.
Well, yeah, as long as there's nobody potentially surviving up here, then that's fine. We'll go back down and we can make our way to the cave. Nothing.
I figured. All right. She gathers Phelan back into the bag, and just trudge on foot now.
All right. So you guys
On our way
make
to
your
the cave to the northwest.
into the cave, passing back into the secret tunnel.
Ooh.
Oh.
Illustrative map.
Yeah, it's just a tunnel, tunnel map.
I know.
Quick tunnel.
Is the light effect on you here? I guess you might need to reapply it if you can't see.
I
maybe you
think
can't
it
see.
is.
Oh, I don't have the.
I can see fine.
If I set the
Yeah,
map
I can
to
see.
darkness.
I
does
can
that work?
see on my screen, I should say.
Okay.
Here. Well, now it's...
I
Dark,
didn't set
but
the
I
map
can
to
fix
dark.
that.
It was still light on this map, so yeah, give yourself some
Oh, well, that would have helped matters as well.
light.
I'll give my light back.
Okay, so yeah, you guys start making your way through the tunnel. It's quiet.
Too
You have-
quiet?
Not too quiet. It's about as quiet as you'd expect for an empty tunnel.
Okay.
All you hear are the footsteps of yourself and your compatriots echoing through the cavern as you continue up this very steep slope. So 40 minutes pass. An hour passes. Looks like Phelan, or you're riding Phelan, Greshy.
If the room is big enough that I can be seated, I'd just be on top of him.
Yeah, the tunnel is fairly wide, and has like a pretty high roof over you. There's occasionally there are some large support pillars inside the tunnel, and at those support pillars, there's usually like 2 of those green lanterns. But for the most part, the tunnel is fairly dark, and it's just every once in a while you can kind of see those lights up ahead. Usually after you turn a corner, the corners are primarily where the support pillars seem to be.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys keep going up the
I
mountain.
suppose we need to decide to call camp at some point, but we can keep going as long as we feel like we can keep going.
You're starting to, as you're walking, hiking up this path, you notice that your breath starts to get like fainter and fainter, and you're starting to get more and more winded as you go.
All right, then at a point before we reach the place where we can't walk without catching our breath, so maybe another half hour or so, I think we call it at that point.
Mhm.
That way we're setting out fresh in the morning with bottles in hand.
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely getting to that point. By the time it's like 10:30 or so, 10:45. So
We'll
you're
get
setting up the
yurt set up, I
explorer's
suppose.
yurt. Do. Pretend like it's inside the cavern, but here you go.
Oh, cozy.
Your explorer's yurt.
Next.
Aw,
We have a little yurt now.
yay. Oh, the sleeping bag.
Yeah, it comes with like
We're
10
gonna have
beds or
to do
something
watches.
inside.
Or at least we'll need a watch for when Asher sleeps.
1 2-hour watch.
Is it 2 or 4 hours you only need? Just 2?
I believe it's surprisingly 2.
That's-
Yeah,
let me
it's 2.
Triple check. It's so little. Yeah, it's extremely low amount
Great.
of sleep.
No, that's great, honestly. So, guess Phelan and I can keep watch for the first couple hours, and then we'll just sleep through the night as Asher keeps an eye out for the rest.
All right. I appreciate that because still don't feel great.
Yeah, why don't you get some rest? I'll bandage myself up while we're in here, and then we'll be on watch for a couple hours before we take our sleep.
Okay. You have some
Right.
dinner, do whatever bit of light exercise and reading and training that you normally do. before
Bandaging.
bed.
Gonna try that again. Success this time.
Success.
8 plus 30, I think.
And with a champion here, you should be able to get up to full. Yeah, even without that. So.
That should be just fine.
Okay. Sorry, what was the watch order that you said?
Greshy and Phelan will be on watch for 2 hours, the first 2 hours tonight. Starting at 11, I guess, to make things easy.
Okay.
And then after that, Asher will be on watch the rest of the night since he only
Okay,
needs 2 hours to
cat.
sleep.
Gaze into the night.
All right. So, go ahead and I guess pick your bed rolls wherever you want to rest. and we'll get the first 2 hours of sleep going. Asher, while you sleep, you have a kind of strange dream. You're walking in a forest by yourself, and there are kind of these strange... the trees are seem to be more like vines, undulating, waving, kind of like those tendrils from that roper that you fought not too long before going to bed. They seem very similar to that, but they're kind of like, yeah, like a big stalky tentacle root with a bunch of tentacles branching out from it, in the shape of like branches. And those tentacle branches do have little leaves, but it's all just kind of like freaky waving and wiggling. The sky that you can see through the tree foliage canopy, I know words, is kind of a dark purple. It feels like it's nighttime, but there's a glowing red object up in the sky. And you hear a voice whisper out to you. It seems like more of that Aklo language, perhaps. It sounds similar to what the roper, the noises that the roper was making. And you can't quite make out what it's saying. But then you wake up. You see Greshy doing whatever Greshy's doing by the entrance of the tent. Him and Phelan dutifully keeping watch, if seemingly a bit tired.
A bit.
Ooh, what a wonderful and refreshing sleep that was. I'll come over to relieve Greshy. Tap him on the shoulder and say, "You can sleep now."
Oh, thank you. I was not quite falling out of the saddle, but getting there. We'll head over and make our camp ourselves.
All right. Asher, then, you take up watch inside the cozy tent for some hours. So that was 2 hours. Some time passes. What do you do when you're on watch normally?
What I do? Well, the last few times I've just been reading that book that I'm done reading. So that's what I used to do. But this time, I don't know if this would be something I can do. Now that I've had this dream and heard what Greshy had to say and stuff, so I don't know how to phrase it, of like asking kind of what I would know about the dream and nightmare plane. Like, is that a place you can kind of get to in your sleep? Can they like attack you in your sleep? And if this is a recall knowledge check, I can boost it. But
sure, yeah. This would be an occultism check, a recall knowledge.
Let me read my check. Recall a knowledge in my chosen skill. I want to use my cool wand, my pocket library wand. I think I can use this.
Yeah.
Is this arcane?
Or I think so.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, if
Let's
you
click on it and put it in the.
You got arcane casting via
my
the Wrath room, so yeah,
Greshy's
you can now
Wrath.
use arcane spells. So yeah, you can trigger the wand.
Like there's a level 7 status bonus increase to +3. Can reference your pocket library 3 times before the spell ends. So I'm digging around in this pocket library, and I will recall occultism with a plus.
Do you cast it in the room? It does make noise if you're casting it.
Oh, what does it do?
I assume it's got a verbal component.
I'll deal with it. Yes.
Okay.
I'll go. I won't wake them up. I'll go outside.
Okay. So you open the door and
Oop.
step outside. I have it set here in the.
So loud. We're trying to
it's very
sleep,
loud.
Asher.
I'm sorry.
Just because it kept happening.
All right, well, I'm doing my pocket library at least.
So you step outside into the tunnel. I know it looks like snow out here, but you're in the tunnel. I just made a generic map and didn't know where you might be staying. So you step outside of the tent and cast the spell in the bitter cold. What does it cause to happen?
You get this is a level 7. It says, which I guess the
I see.
status bonus increases to +3.
Yeah, so basically a magical shelf of books appears before you. And you kind of reach out, and the books like morph into the sort of topic that you're interested in reading about.
Read about these nightmares. I'm just gonna add it in pocket library. And you said occultism?
Yes.
Is appropriate. Okay, I'm gonna do blind roll. Eee. Something has rolled.
Okay. I see it's got the pocket library bonus in there. Cool. So you grab a random book and pull it into your hands, and now you can kind of start sifting through it. I guess it lasts for 24 hours? I see.
Yeah, I can use it up to 3 times.
Okay. So once you cast the spell, you could go back inside if you wish.
I'm
Now
cold.
that you've got the book in hand.
Quiet in the library. Shh.
You pull out the book and start reading. It's pretty dense. This book is pretty difficult to understand. It is discussing a lot of like planar theory, and the hypotheticalness of this plane of dreaming, basically, and it seems to kind of describe it as simultaneously this place of intense unknown horrors, as well as a plane of it's got kind of a duality to it. The nightmare side is objective horror, and the dreaming side of it is potentially very like wholesome and optimistic and filled with beautiful, amazing things. And a lot of it sort of depends on who goes in and what comes out. But as far as it being a real place that you can go, it seems like it is a plane, and that there are some accounts of people who have been there physically, using something like a plane shift sort of spell. It seems to be like a layer that sits on top of the material plane that kind of mirrors it. There's another similar plane called the Shadow Plane, which is like the dark version of Galarian. The plane of nightmares is a kind of weird adjacent version of that. Does that answer your question?
Oh no, I was wondering. It answers some of it, but like if you dream, like I had that dream.
Oh, I see.
It seemed kind of like weird. Is that like, can they hurt you there? Is my biggest question.
It is It is possible to be hurt by a dream or by a nightmare, but it's very, very unlikely. You'd have to be fairly frail of mind or spirit to be like fully harmed by something in your dreams. Outside of something casting a powerful spell on you, like Nightmare, or perhaps something like a Phantasmal Killer. It's all in your mind. It's kind of like you're astral projecting. It can't really harm your body, but it could harm your spirit, I guess.
Okay.
So you might come back with a condition, but you probably wouldn't come back with your body actually damaged in any physical way. But if a creature
So it's not
like the
actually,
Roper is here,
traveling there.
yeah, it's not actually traveling there. It's more like you're projecting a consciousness.
Mhm.
Some people can dream themselves into that world a bit more really than others. In a place like this, it's possible. Because there seems to be such like a thin veil between the two. But you think that something would still have to come through to the material plane to actually like physically harm you, or you'd have to fully step your entire body into the dreaming realm for something there to really harm you. Otherwise, it's all in your mind.
Okay. Were you gonna say something earlier about the Roper, or?
Just that the Roper, if it's something that is from that place, can harm you while it's here, but it can't. If you met the Roper in your dream, it can't really do anything to you. All it can do is spook you, give you the frightened condition. Maybe it could paralyze you or give you some other effect, or make you fatigued when you wake up, but it can't really do much other than that.
Okay. Give you the willies.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That was my biggest fear. It was like, every time I sleep, is this gonna be like a Freddy Krueger situation where it's like, oh, geez, I have to deal with this.
No,
That's
from your like reading of this over the course of the next couple hours, you don't think that that's possible, and I guess it reassures you.
I feel better.
I'll give you, should a nighttime effect come up of this sort, I'll give you a +1 status bonus to resisting it.
Oh boy. Thanks, book.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I had planned to do tonight.
All right.
About that.
So the hours pass. Around 7 o'clock, the others start to awaken. Do you have dreams? That's a good question. Okay.
Glad I asked.
Greshy, you dream of what feels like a vast open plain. Grass up to your chest in height, just kind of flowing endlessly in every direction. There's no
right now that's
hills.
not very
So like
hard to
regular
do.
glass or regular grass?
Sure. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, that's still kind of tall for grass, isn't it?
It's tallish. It's overgrown.
Untended.
Overgrown.
Greshy hasn't
It's
seen
lovely.
any grass since he's been a halfling, so it feels surprising to him.
Yeah.
It does seem
Yeah.
very big. It does.
So yeah, it's just like an
That's
endless
it.
field of luscious green grass extending in every direction. There's no horizon, or like there's no like mountains or any kind of structures or anything on the horizon. It's just this endless plain of grass. There's light coming from up above, but no source, no sun that's causing it. It just seems like light is just wafting down upon you.
Well, that's strange. If I move in any direction, does the horizon change at all?
Not immediately, and if you like kind of keep walking in one direction, it feels like you're moving, like you're making progress. Cue undiscovered class allergy. But you don't know where you're going, or if you're going anywhere in particular. The grass all seems different, seems unique. You see some flowers in one spot that seem anchored. In fact, those are the only flowers you see. There's just a group of red flowers amidst the grass.
Oh. Let me go take a look at those. That seems a bit out of sorts here.
You approach
I'll take a look at these flowers. You said it was like a ring?
Yeah, it's just like a little ring of red flowers amidst the grass. You make your way over, and they seem to be tulips, perhaps, or very similar to tulips. There's like a sudden light breeze, and all of the flowers kind of wave and reset to a neutral position as you approach.
I'd like to gently just touch the one of the near blossoms. I don't want to pull it out necessarily. I just want to see if I can feel life flowing through it at all. If this is actually like alive, or if this is some other situation.
Okay, you touch the red flower and just kind of gently, like almost caressing it, like just a light touch. And as you do, the tulip head kind of actually unfurls, and inside is a little ball of red light.
I'll take it if I can. Is it graspable? Is it just this strange glowing ball sort of thing that's intangible?
You're not sure. It like seems almost like kind of a spark of magic, and you put your hand out towards it, and you can feel something kind of like run up your spine and like kind of through your arm, almost like a kind of shock, like a surge of electricity, just like a little tingle. And the little ball of light kind of flashes, and flashes so bright that your entire vision is filled, and you kind of just startle awake. You're here in the tent in the yurt.
That's one way to wake up. Okay. Take a moment. Pull myself together. Startling.
You look down at your hand, and there's like a soft red glow. It feels warm. It's the same hand you touched that flower with.
I'm gonna turn. I'm the way I sleep usually is I'm kind of Phelan kind of sleeps in a semi-crescent, and I kind of cuddle up into the center there, and I'm just gonna turn and gently pat Phelan's fur with my glowing hand.
The fur, Phelan's still asleep, but his fur almost kind of bends towards your fingers as you're patting over it, as if your hand was like statically charged, but it doesn't seem to shock him or anything. It just kind of, the hairs almost seem a little bit magnetic, and where you touch the fur, it leaves behind a little soft red glow that very quickly fades.
Well, that is unexpected. Don't think halflings usually do that, right? Maybe gnomes? What the hell am I? I guess Asher's awake is Gunn awake as well.
Let's see what Gunn was dreaming about.
Yeah.
Gunn, you dream a fairly kind of normal, mundane dream. You're back at home with your parents, your sister. Everyone seems to be smiling, laughing, having a nice family dinner together. Mother Taketz is there for some reason, even though she's never met your family before, but she seems to be getting along just great. And
Sounds accurate. Probably would.
suddenly there's a knock at the door. Everyone else seems to be busy in the revelry. Extended family seems to be over. You just notice them here. They all seem to be drinking, talking, laughing, having a good time. No one seems to notice the door.
I'll get that. I'll stand up and I'll go crack it open a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you excuse yourself and make your
I'll
way
see if
over
they knock
towards the
again
door.
first.
There's another knock as you approach the
Like-
door.
Touch the handle. There's another knock. Okay.
Yeah.
Just open it an inch.
Okay. You open it an inch and a kind of a cold breeze rushes in. And you just hear a faint help whispering in on the wind.
Who's there? I'll step outside and close the door.
You step outside and close the door behind you, and your house isn't where you remember it being. You're you seem to be like on a cloud of some kind. There's kind of just open clouds, like you're up high in the sky, just standing on a cloud for some reason. Your house is still there behind you, but before you is a large, glowing white light. It calls out again, "Help!" And you see the light kind of grow and shrink in time with the voice.
Could I reach out and touch it? Is it tangible?
You attempt to touch it, and your hand just kind of passes through and causes the light to almost bend, like you were passing your hand through smoke.
What if I tried to sort of collect it or hold it together? See if that... Do I sense anything there that I could maybe put healing energy into?
No, it doesn't seem quite tangible enough to... You try to, kind of pulse a healing hand into it, or lay on hands into it, but it doesn't seem to have enough of a physical form. It's basically just not tangible to you. Please, set me
How?
free. The light begins to fade and shrink until it's nothing more than just a small wisp.
Set you free. I could try the banishment. That's the only thing I can think of. Set you free. What if I just kind of touched, if I have remedy, if I draw it just out a little ways and then touched the blade to it, could I?
You check to see if you have remedy, and you realize you do, and you start to draw the sword. You can see the sword is actually glowing, the same color as the light was. But by the time you finish drawing, the light has kind of faded into nothingness, and you realize you're standing on a city street. Your house behind you. The door opens, and your sister's there. What are you doing, Gunn? You should come back inside. Nana wants to talk to you.
All right. I'll be right there. Then I'll pause for a second, but then go back in.
Okay. You go back in and continue the night of revelry. And eventually, while watching two cousins play some kind of strange drunken game, you snort yourself awake with laughter. And now everybody's awake.
Good. Everyone's awake. All right. How's everyone doing? Good, I should hope.
Fun night of reading.
Yeah.
What were you reading about?
Oh, I had a strange dream about one of the creatures that we saw, kind of, and I wanted to make sure that when I fell asleep I wasn't crossing over into the nightmare territory. So I was reading about the planes to see what I could figure out.
Did you figure anything out?
Well, figured out they can't physically hurt you unless they're here. So that's
It's
good.
reassuring. Except they seem to be able to get here.
Yeah, that's
So
a
that's reassuring.
real problem.
We, in some ways, it seems like we are on the boundary between the planes in this area.
Does explain the weird dreams. Doesn't really explain this, though. Greshy will hold up his still sparking red hand.
Asha will look at it. What's that?
I don't know. This has not happened before.
Does it hurt?
It tingles a little. I mean, didn't bother failing. I can. Do you want me to touch you with it?
Is it like Gunn's eyes? Or they're all weird?
Maybe. I did dream about this, but you dreamed about your thing. Well, you dreamed about with your god, though. You kind of just talked to your god, didn't you, Gunn?
Maybe yeah, I think like Erastil, like many gods, can speak through our dreams.
He wasn't talking. Nobody was talking. There was just grass, some flowers, and some sparking energy. It doesn't hurt, though. It just makes things a little
Doesn't
red.
sound like anything that you've worshipped it, as far as I know.
Oh, no. If I honor anyone, it's Abadar, but...
Right.
Well, I will... Hopefully, I'll figure this out.
Wait a second.
Play with it a bit.
So- I'll put two and two together. I'll go pick up the sheath where Remedy sits, and I'll draw it a few inches out and see if it's glowing.
No, Remedy is not glowing.
Ah, nothing. Never mind.
I just got creeped out by my dream.
Apparently, if you had to go read about it. But you like reading, I suppose.
I do. It's the
Well,
only
if-
way I learn anything.
If there's any meaning at all here, you might have formed some kind of an additional connection to nature, which you're already fairly well attuned with. What do you think the attunement represents?
I am a bit worried about it, to be honest with you.
Flowers? I mean,
Flowers, but it's still this sparkling... Is it a darker crimson red, or is it more of a vibrant, brighter sort of red?
It's more of a vibrant red.
Okay.
seems fairly positive.
It does. There's a bit of worry I have that it's negative associated, which might make sense since I think I was in negative form at the time I died. But like I said, it doesn't hurt or anything. It just slightly. And Greshy will like start touching himself and leaving slight red handprints that disappear briefly or after a moment.
So it's in your right hand is where the glowy is. You touch your left hand and start to run your hand over your arm, or your forearm, and as you do, the color shifts from red to orange. And when you lift your hand, your hand is now orange.
What is that?
Dear.
Do we have the whole rainbow here?
Oh no, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on there.
If you like rub it all the way on your back, does it like go through all the colors?
I guess I'll just try and pat myself on the back while I wear this lovely blue silk robe that I stole from Glorfix.
Can I use my books to see if I can figure out what this is?
I'm starting to go like, okay, this is starting to be more than
Does
what I
this
thought.
sound like any effect or spell that
Arcana or nature or religion or occultism. Take your pick. But Greshy, as you pat your like the back of your neck multiple times, I guess you can't see it, but other people can see like a flashing light as your hand changes color each time.
Just every time I'm tapping, it's just changing. I pull it out, and I guess it's not blue. Then it'd be, I'm guessing, yellow or possibly yellow-green by this point.
Yeah, it's just cycling through the rainbow.
Okay.
So well, Gunn and I have a 44, which includes my book, my second book.
Religion and
shit. Greshy. I'm just kidding. I knew what it was.
I'm gonna think hard about this.
I'm really thinking about this as, is there a spell?
Right. Gunn, your mind is going through like color sprays and various like transmutation effects that it could be. But there's some harmless stuff you could think of, but nothing that really can be like cast through dreams or anything like that. It doesn't seem quite like a spell. It could be. You could try to like detect magic on it, but it seems fairly harmless looking. Oh,
that's true. I mean, I have the third eye on. That'll probably give me a little bit of info.
Greshy and we have to read. I'll get to that in a sec. Greshy and Asher with a 44 and a 47. Both of you are immediately like, this is weird Fae stuff. It's Fae magic.
Oh, weird Fae stuff.
Weird Fae shit.
In this book, it says it's weird Fae shit.
Classic case of WFS.
Should have known. I suppose we have Slovenka to thank for this, perhaps.
Well, didn't we meet that Fae too when we were looking for the river? That was like, I know where it is, and then we got lost a bunch of times.
True, the little sprite that was but that they led us to
the snow sprite.
The snow sprite. Miriana, was that her name?
Well, it was Miriana, and there was her little assistant friend fairy, the pixie. The
pixie.
I don't remember his name.
Yip. No.
It was like.
Yip.
Oh, it might have been Yip. Yip sounds right.
I think Yip. Yeah, Yip or Yap.
Is Yip or Yap? Is it Yap? It might have been Yap.
Joey's got the knowledge.
Mariana. Okay,
Miriana
yes.
and
Yap.
Yap.
Yeah. Yap was the pixie. Miriana was the naiad that you helped.
Aye, so there's Miriana, but Slovenka was the one who helped out. So
Maybe it's one of those.
I also had an
things.
Interesting dream that could give us some kind of I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any common factor between our 3 different dreams, but in my one there was some kind of a trapped creature that was requesting help, but it was very weak. and couldn't reach us. Possibly something that Karzug has like either captured or enslaved up here. I don't know.
We are close to the realm of dreams. It's possible that if Karzu captured something from that realm, it could be reaching out for help. It also, us being that close would explain why we're all getting weird-ass dreams. I don't know if it explains this, but us being this close would explain the vividness. Actually makes me wonder if I could have affected things more.
Can't believe I get the creepy plane. Get the flower
Somebody's got to
plane.
get the creepy plane, I
And
suppose.
gets the heroic plane. I get the creepy boo-boo plane.
Well, you can have the arcane plane now since you took the mark, I suppose.
Oh boy, the arcane plane. Well, I have one more book in my cool bookshelf.
It's all ethereal and shit, isn't it? Well, I'm gonna start getting ready. We'll start doing daily preparations and all that.
Okay.
I still
You
need
guys
to figure my
spend,
spell
like,
list. I don't know it yet.
15 minutes talking, and then
Almost
you
an
do like an
hour.
hour of spell prep for regular daily preparations. As you're going about your daily
Shaving.
preparations, Gunn, you notice that the glow on your hand starts to fade a little bit and like dim, but it is still very
On
very
Greshy's
lightly
hand?
glowing. Yeah, on Greshy's hand.
Okay. Was that like a? Yeah, I'm assuming that the effect level is pretty low.
Oh,
I can see
if you detected magic
third
on
eye?
it with third eye, yeah, you can tell that there is primal. It's like raw primal energy. It doesn't appear to be a particular like spell or particular school of magic. It's just like raw primal energy that's like concentrated in his hand.
Yeah, I think the colorful high fives and handshakes is pretty much the extent of this. So, enjoy.
Sure, I guess. That's fine. Just hopefully that's not. Is this gonna? This doesn't act as a light, does it? Is this
No.
going to light me up as I'm walking down the hallway? Okay.
No, it's
I'll
very
just
it's
put it in a
fairly
pocket or
dim.
something if I need to. Okay. So not going to be a problem. Well, I'll still have lights on most of the time anyway.
And yeah, as soon as you put your gloves on, you can't see it.
Basically. Gotcha. All right. Well, just about done preparing things. Anyone else have anything else to do before we go?
If I don't use the pocket library, does it just pocket around with me the last book? It's not like this big library behind me.
You can when you're not using it, the like little shelf closes up. Just once you
Okay.
like are ready to reach out for another book, it like kind of unfurls and you can grab a new book then.
Okay, yeah. All I know is I need one hand free to do it. And that's...
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can put your current book back on the shelf and it'll close and disappear.
Okay.
So yeah, you have 2 more books for this 24-hour period.
Well, I have one more book.
Oh, one more book. Right, sorry, you
Placed
did
it
2
for
books.
The fae
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So you do your hour of spell prep. I'll let you pick your spells into the next session, but yeah, once that's all ready, are you guys ready to move on?
Yep. Continue on.
All right.
Yeah.
Aye, let's get going.
You all
Get
start
going
to
what?
pack up your things. Oh, Gunn, by the way, your enfeebled is gone. You feel better. I forgot to say that explicitly.
Yay.
It looks like rest was all you needed. All right. So you pack up your things, make your way towards the front of the tent, like you do when everybody's like getting ready to leave. You're like checking, make sure everybody's got their keys and cell phones and stuff.
Just do an old man check. and
Yeah.
Step outside. Army of giants.
The last person out usually reaches for the little cord that's hanging by the door that unfurls like repackages the whole tent. Who's going out first?
Ow. Oh no!
Asher, you step out the door.
Gotta go back in. Asher opens the door, closes the door.
No. Asher, you you open the door and you part the tent entryway and step outside and look to your left, and you see here in the tunnels 2 massive purple spiders, just like dangling from the ceiling, looking at you with a series of glowing red eyes.
I look back at them.
You hear in your head, "Oh, good morning," and that is where we'll end the session for tonight.
Good morning. I want to reply, "Good morning." Good morning back.
That's gonna be great.
All right. Well, tune in next week to see whether these friendly good morning spiders are truly friendly and what's their deal. I'm nodding. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. No, it's definitely fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. I'm sure. Go to sleep.
Babies.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Good night.